Hello everyone, Andrew here, and welcome back to my Donkey Kong Country 3 Let's Play. Last time we finished off the first 3 levels of the final world and have started inching our way ever closer to the creepy castle in the middle there. And this time we are going to see what we can do about reaching it. I mean, if you assume that the final world is going to follow the same pattern that almost every other single world has, where the first part has had the first 3 levels and then the second part has had 2 levels and a boss, it is quite a possibility that we will see what is up with that place in this video. But before we even worry about that, we have at least one more level in front of us here, and that is Koindozer Klamber. Now this is the second jungle level of the game, the first one being introduced in the last part, of course. And yeah, the theme of this, gimmick of this level quickly becomes obvious with these guys who are called conveniently, based on the level name, Koindozers. They look a lot like the guy with the DK coin, except they will chase you around and push you with their garbage can shields, although when you are directly above them, they kind of create a platform that you can stand on. So they are both very dangerous and very useful at the same time. And of course, dealing with them is kind of something that we are going to have to do throughout the duration of the level. Also, something I definitely recommend doing is switching to Dixie. She is much... Oh, I didn't even know the O was there. She is much easier to use when dealing with these guys, because both because of her smaller hitbox, and because you can kind of flutter down so that you can make sure that you land on top of them, because they're very precise when being used as platforms. If you're too much to the left or right, they will sometimes push you off, which sucks. And whoa! I thought I was trying to land on top, and I kind of accidentally took damage there, but yes, I somehow didn't die, which is very nice. Also, yeah, okay, invisible coin down there. In the last part, I think I went on enough about how silver coins are pretty much useless at this point, so we're not going to really, go out of our way to collect them anymore. But I guess if we accidentally collect them here and there, it's not much that we can really do about it. Let's see, what have we got? Oh yes, these jumps right here are very precise. Definitely use Dixie for those if you have her. Also, kind of want the N, so we have K, O, and N, which is pretty cool. If you can, bounce off of that guy to get into the bonus game, although if you mess it up, as long as you have both Kongs, you can still, throw one of them up to the barrel and get in that way. Collect the 15 green bananas, my favorite of them all. And of course, they will have to, kind of integrate these guys into it somehow. So far, so good. Again, definitely a bonus game, which is much easier to deal with Dixie. Although you do need to be very careful, because if you are even kind of on the edge of the garbage can shield, they will push you off. So you need to be very careful. And there you go. Still about 20 seconds left. More than enough time to deal with that. And that takes us up to 70 bonus coins, which is pretty cool. Let's be careful of this guy here. Oh, here we have the real DK coin guy. Not one of those imposter Professor Oak guys. Like all the other ones. Let's see. Oh yeah, there is the switch. Kind of hiding up in the tree there. If you do not have Dixie, you're going to have to time your jump perfectly so that you hit the switch and then land on a barrel. Though, of course, if you do have Dixie, you can kind of use her fluttering ability to her advantage, just like this. And then that will happen, and then that takes us up to 34 DK coins, which is very nice. We can kind of grab that. Also, it's nice that the ropes aren't conveyor belt rope things in this level. At least it's one less thing to have to deal with, although we have very small platforms here. Very easy to get pushed off of the edge. This whole level is just a jerk, but we actually dealt with it rather nicely. And here we go. Another blue flag, although we missed a bonus game somewhere. Whoa! Miles Luigi's bad luck still rubbing off. No, just kidding. Where did I miss it? I definitely did not do too much, looking to the left. Because as you're jumping up to higher and higher places, there is always that potential to, jump to the left, and maybe there will be something that, didn't really show up on the camera. And I was hoping I wasn't missing anything, but, hopes only go so far sometimes. So I guess we're going to have to go back in there, and I will cut back when the mystery is solved. Oh, there! How did I miss that? So many people were probably yelling at the screen. But Andrew, there's a freaking bonus game in the tree there. I know I would have been yelling at the screen. I apologize for that. I don't like putting people in those situations where, they have to yell at the screen because I am missing something so obvious. So if you saw that, I apologize greatly. But, oh, darn. This, unlike the other bonus game in this level, this one you actually have to kind of hurry up. But luckily, not too bad. 71 bonus coins. If we start select, is that everything? Yes, it is. There we go. Koindozer Klamber taken care of. We have the final swanky sideshow of the game, but there's still really no point on revisiting him. If you thought the gimmick in the last level was silly, wait until you see what this level is all about. This is, I guess it's technically the third pipeline level. I never really thought about it until I did this Let's Play, but I guess the first pipeline level is actually the one where you're kind of going through on the toboggan inside the pipe, and you're avoiding all stuff. I never really thought about that as a pipe level for some reason. But yeah, we had 2 pipe levels, I guess, in the 4th world, so here is the 3rd one. Poisonous pipeline, and you will quickly see the crazy gimmick here. Actually, that's a lie. You will not see the gimmick here. I will, however, have to deal with the gimmick. So yeah, we're in some purple water. It's pretty great. But what if I told you right now I was holding right on the D-pad, and now I'm holding left? Yeah. So, I mean, you can't really see the gimmick, but I can tell you about how I'm going to have to deal with it. Basically, the thing here is that the controls are reversed. Holding left goes right, holding right goes left, and luckily it's not going to be too difficult for me to deal with because I'm super used to dealing with it at this point. As a kid, it was kind of annoying, but overall, it's nothing too bad. Luckily, I mean, up and down don't really do anything when you're swimming. You press the B button to, kind of go up, so... I mean, it's not too bad. The worst part is when you're jumping out of the water, because, I mean, right now you're holding right, and then you jump, and then, of course, they're going to go right. So sometimes it's a little bit tricky to get up onto platforms like that, but otherwise, we should be pretty fine. There's no reason to rush through this level. There's no time limit, so just take your time. Get used to things. I mean, I'm saying this as if you're playing it for yourself and not just watching me play it, but... Is there anything up here? No, there's not. Yeah, overall, a lot of people consider this a pretty stupid gimmick, like, hey, it's not real difficulty, it's artificial difficulty, because the level's not actually difficult, they're just, changing the controls. I'm not holding the Y button for some reason. I guess I was taking my advice too literally. I should have, tried to go a little bit faster there at least. But here we have On Guard, who's pretty great. Okay, we have to bash all of the baddies, so let's go up. But yeah, it's pretty much just take your time. You do have quite a bit of time unless you're in a bonus game where you actually do have a time limit. And that's pretty much all the advice I can give for this level. Otherwise, it's a pretty typical underwater level. Where did I miss something? Uh-oh. Oh, there's the coin! I do not have the volume up, so I did not even hear the kind of coin appearing sound. But luckily, we did not have too much trouble finding it. Unfortunately, we only have 1 hit left. So a DK barrel would be pretty cool. Also, do I want to go in here? I guess I might as well. Oh, what is in here? Is this like a secret blue balloon or something? Is there something in here I'm missing? I don't really know. I am kind of completely lost at what that was all about. The kind of pointless dead end, I guess. Although, okay, whoa, I did not press to do that. And luckily that guy was killable. Alright, so let's just kind of continue on our way here. My commentary, I mean, as simple as I say it kind of is, my commentary is going to lack because, it takes a kind of extra segment of your brain to comprehend the reversed controls, but otherwise, I'm doing pretty well at it, I think. I don't think I'm doing too bad, and luckily I've been getting very lucky with those guys. I mean, actually, no, I'm just very skilled in destroying them, as it was clearly demonstrated, a couple of levels ago in Razor Ridge. Alright. Yeah, so let's just kind of continue on here. Here goes On Guard. There's the N. There's a 1-up. We're up to 8 lives. Pretty great. You can go through here. You get hit by a bootleg red cheap guy. Ugh. Yeah, it's just it is very bizarre dealing with the controls. But again, just take your time. Take your time. That's all I can really say for this level. I mean, commentary is going to lack, and I was kind of hoping I could get stuck. Be safe between the gap between those guys, but it did not end up happening. Now I'm stuck with bigger hitbox guy, which is not super great. Okay. Alright, we're good. Man, how many times are they going to use this exact same enemy setup? Good job being original, guys. Okay. Wow, so wow, they did get a little bit more original. They became bigger jerks. Okay, so do I want to go up or do I want to continue? This looks evil as heck. I'm even using bigger hitbox to do it. Okay, whoa. Okay, what the heck do I want to do here? No, go back down. I didn't want to descend too fast because I was afraid maybe there was going to be another one of those guys. So I pressed B and I almost went too high. Okay, collect 30 stars. Let's do this thing. Okay, it's okay. It's just reverse controls. We're good. This isn't too bad. And they give us more than enough time. As long as we have less stars to collect than we have seconds, We're pretty good. There we go. That was actually very simple. 73 bonus coins. Very nice. Where does this dump us off? Dumps us off right here. And now we have to get out of this water. We can do that to get that. Takes up to 35. Okay. I'm guessing that this is where, yeah, I could have gone up earlier. That's what a DK coin is. So if we go to the left here. There we go. Level complete. All 5 blue flags of the final world. That should be 100% in that level. There we go. Look at all those awesome 100% complete levels. And that takes us to the castle. Kastle Kaos. I'm not going to make the obvious reference here. Chaos will be victorious! Okay, so we have seen this guy before as the boss of Oh, wait, oh, darn. I forgot you could jump on top of these things. Andrew, you are doing amazing on the final boss fight already. You should give yourself a pat on the back for these incredible performances. Okay, pretty much, I have actually not fought this boss in a long time. What you want to do is a barrel will randomly be on the side there. You want to grab it and throw it at Chaos's face, who will quickly kind of launch off there. And you will have to deal with this guy, who will shoot bombs. And again, I actually have not dealt with this boss in a long time, but it's kind of obvious exactly how they work, just like that. So not too bad. Okay, there we go. And how many hits do you exactly require anyway? There we go. That was not too bad. Then, you know, the crazy hook of craziness comes down, takes Chaos away. So yeah, Chaos only takes 2 hits. And in case you didn't, you know, realize this a million parts ago, guess who is behind it all? K. Rool. I like how he's kind of behind the Wizard of Oz curtain there. What have you done? My wife's going to kill me. I used all of her best pots and pans to make him. And then you just cast him aside. So yeah, K. Rool is of course the final boss of the game, as if he were just a stack of empty tins. And wow, we actually had some dialogue from the main characters here. I thought that's what he was. How often does that happen? Actually, has that ever happened in Donkey Kong Country before? I'm actually kind of wondering that. World domination! I would have gotten away with it. Is he going to say it? Oh, he said it! Look at that! He said it! Surprised you don't get sued for that. Like, how does Scooby-Doo not have that copyrighted? Also, I love the final boss music. He's the master chef around here. Gordon Ramsay officially named him the masterest chef of all chefs. So yeah, we get both people back. So I guess we might as well use bigger hitbox first, just for fun. And yes, now we have K. Rool kind of flying around here. How does this work again? Okay, that's not how that works. I think if you duck down on the floor beside these kind of ball things, he won't hit you. Actually, yeah, how does this work? Is it if I duck down right here, he doesn't hurt you? Yes, it is. Okay. I got my kind of positions wrong, which is great. But luckily, we lost bigger hitbox and not Dixie Kong, so we're good. So yeah, that's pretty much the gimmick. Grab the thing, make a barrel fall, duck beside the thing, and then throw barrel at his, I was about to say throw it at his face, but that's not correct. You have to kind of throw it at his propeller jetpack thing on his back. So do that. Then he kind of bounces around for a little bit, where you pretty much, the only thing you really need to worry about right now is avoiding him. So we're pretty good in that regard. And then the battle is going to get changed up a bit, where those disappear, and electricity starts shooting out from the bottom of the level. And we're not going to want to get hit by that. Okay, so he does not go all of the way to the right, it looks. So as long as we stay here, we should be safe. We can throw that, and I accidentally slipped off the edge, and then he goes into the electricity. So that is how that part of the boss battle works. I was not on the top of my game for that boss battle. That's when I'm like, let's hide in all of the wrong places. But this time should be much better with Kastle Kaos. Overall, it's an interesting boss fight. Although I have to admit, it's probably the least interesting of the main Donkey Kong Country game boss fights, not including Returns. Actually, Returns boss fight was pretty cool. But overall, I mean, the first game you fight him on his ship, the second game you fight him in like this epic aircraft blimp thing, and the second game is at the top of a castle. So I mean, that's pretty neat. But overall, I don't think the fight is as long either. I know in the second Donkey Kong Country game, the final boss takes 9 hits, which is pretty massive. I think it takes 9 hits. I'm pretty sure it's 9 hits. Is it not 9 hits? Maybe. Maybe I'm just rambling on about things I should be looking up on Wikipedia before I talk about them. No, I'm pretty sure it's 9. Man. For some reason, all of my final boss battle knowledge is just not coming to me today. And darn it! I meant to switch to Kiddy Kong instead of Dixie, but now we are kind of stuck with him, which makes the rest of the boss battle much harder. Because it's very nice to be able to flutter at this part. So, you know, it's obviously easier to kind of jump over K. Rool. It is good to be using Kiddy Kong, because he throws barrels more horizontally, while Dixie Kong is more vertically when she throws barrels. So that is a useful thing to have at this part, I do have to admit. So, you know, maybe using bigger hitbox isn't so bad. Also, I guess, I don't know why I'm calling him that. Like, all the time. I don't think I've called him Kitty once. Like, wow. I really should stop doing that. It's kind of mean. Might hurt his feelings, so if we duck down here... Alright, so what is the gimmick now? Now we have a platform going back and forth. Can we duck under you? Yes, we can. So, I believe he is up to 4 hits so far. So it'll be interesting to see just how many he takes. Because like I said, I don't 100% remember. Is it 5? Is it 6? Is it 8? Is it 12? Is it like 372? I guess we'll find out. So there's hit number 5. Man, you can just like barely make it under him. You pretty much like touch his hand as you're going by, which is pretty funny. Yeah, there's actually nothing really difficult about this at all. As soon as you know like the places that you need to hide, and you don't make stupid mistakes, it's not too bad. Anyway, there is hit number 6. Let's see, so we grab that. Okay. Whoa, 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 whoa. Yeah, so now the gimmick is that the electricity occasionally turns on and turns off. So you do not want to be on the ground when that happens. Also, when you hit him, and his jetpack, propeller pack thing kind of spazzes out, the electricity has to be on or he will not take damage. So when is the best time to go? I don't want to get to the other side and then accidentally jump and hit him. Okay, so let's see. So if we do that, okay. So let's do this. No, 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 no! I tried to jump kind of to the left and not re-grab onto the handle, although because bigger hitbox is so massive, he accidentally grabbed onto it again. So I guess we'll give that one more shot. I mean, I guess technically we're going to take as many shots as it takes, although I hope that it is only going to take one more shot. Alright, so back to this part. I'm sure that everyone saw how stupidly I lost Kiddy Kong. I'm like, maybe if I stay in this exact spot, he will kind of, not hit me, but that didn't really end up being the case. Overall, this boss I find it very interesting, because you don't really ever actually hit K. Rool directly. It's always with the use of barrels. I guess that technically is also kind of the case with the final boss of the second game. But I mean, the first game, it was all about, jumping and smashing him in the face. Like most final bosses are. One... Yes! Okay. That's one hit. And let's not do anything stupid, since we don't have Kiddy Kong to get us out of a jam if we need that. Alright, so let you do that. Do that. Do that. What was so difficult about this last time? I honestly don't really remember why I died at this part last time. Must have been something really dumb. Okay, that's 2 hits in this segment, which takes us up to 8. So I need, like... Oh, okay, so... spoilers, Andrew. I think this final boss takes 9 hits, too. So this should be the last one. This has been the most excitingest, bossest battle. Okay, yeah, actually, this is kind of why it's tricky. Sometimes getting the barrel's not the easiest thing to do. Nine! Actually, that's true. You need to get hit one more time. 9! And K. Rool exploded so hard that he turned into a bonus coin for number 74. And there you go, that's the final boss battle of the game. And then, you know, the kind of chaos thing that got taken away earlier came back down. And hey, look who was inside of it the entire time. Donkey Kong and Diddy Kong were controlling it all along. Oh, you. Thanks to Dixie, it's all over. So, I mean, it's really bizarre. The story of the second Donkey Kong Country game is that Donkey Kong gets kidnapped, you have to go save him. And then the story of the third game, even though you don't know it at the very beginning, is all about saving Donkey Kong and Diddy Kong. So, I mean, Donkey Kong is pretty useless when you look at it that way. I mean, 2 of the games, the story is actually all about saving him. And you only actually play as him in the first one. So there you go. Game complete. Now we have to look through the Dixie Kong's photo album. And this is something that every Donkey Kong Country game has done, where at the very end, it will go over all of the enemy and character names, which is something that you don't really see too much of these days. I mean, even like the Donkey Kong Country instruction manuals, if you look through them, it will list like all the barrel names, all of the item names, all of the character names, all the enemy names, but you don't really get that anymore. I mean, usually if you want to know the name of something, you have to go look it up on the, you know, the official wiki for whatever game it is you're playing, which is kind of too bad. I like when a game goes over, like, you know, the things inside of the game like this. So there is a clasp, so now we never have to call them those annoying jerk TNT barrel guys again. That guy is a crimp, which is pretty great. And yes, now we are going through all of the enemy names, which is pretty great. But yeah, that is Donkey Kong Country 3. I hope everyone enjoyed that final boss battle. Would I die? Once? Twice? Once? Maybe once. Oh no, I think it was twice. I mean, yeah, I'm pretty sure it was twice. So overall, not too bad, which I think takes us up to 3 total deaths in this video. No, actually, I didn't die until I got to the final boss. So yeah, there you go. So I hope that everyone really enjoyed that. And yeah, that is the final boss fight. So as I was saying, it's definitely an interesting final boss. It's a bit different than the one in the first and second game, and I would definitely say it's easier than the final boss fights in the first and second games, but it's still very good. And I mean, the Donkey Kong Country games are always awesome. It's a shame that K. Rool was not in Donkey Kong Country Returns, but I'm pretty sure that's because of the Rare licensing stuff, and Rare probably owns K. Rool, which is why, you know, he could not appear in Donkey Kong Country Returns, since Rare had absolutely nothing to do with it. But, you know, it was still a very fun game, and I cannot wait for Tropical Freeze. I like how all of the guys are kind of, you know, categorized into where they are found. So you got the, you know, the rat guy there, which is pretty good. Yeah, so Sneak. I believe we knew that because of the name of one of the levels. I mean, yeah, Rare has always done that. It's not even just the Donkey Kong Country games. So people watched my Banjo-Kazooie Let's Play. Of course, there was, you know, that segment after you beat Grunty's Furnace Fun, where it goes over the names of all of the things. And, I mean, the funny part is that it makes you think that those are the real credits, even though, you know, it's not really. So, wouldn't it be pretty hilarious if that happened in this case as well? Oh, Rare. What would we ever have done without you? If only you were still making the greatest games today. I'm sorry, but I am not running out to the store to buy all 17 editions of Connect Sports, whether you want me to or not. And these guys were kind of annoying. Surprisingly, they only appeared in like one level. Minky. Flying Fiends. Let's see who we've got here. We have, oh, of course, Buzz, you know, the most... I wonder what the most common enemy in the game is. I mean, in the Donkey Kong Country 1 and 2, zingers are everywhere. And buzzes are pretty much kind of the same case. Hey, I mean, Swoopy, like really? I don't think we've even seen them yet. Stop spoiling things. Anyway, we have this guy here. We have the Booty Bird, who I believe I have pointed out many times and has given us many items. Man, you do not appear in the mountains. Who the heck made this, you know, crazy credit sequence that is completely inaccurate? Demand a refund. Aquatic attackers. So these are clearly the enemies that appear in the forest levels, such as bootleg. Hey, I don't have to call them bootleg Cheep Cheeps anymore, because their official name is Coco. Of course, that's to start with a K. Why didn't they just go for both Ks? Why did they leave one of them a C? And these guys are Lurchins. Yes, actually, I thought that's what their name was, so it's good to see I had that correct. Well, this guy's a jerk. Whatever his name is, yeah, Nibla. I think we might have known that. Who else we got underwater? Yeah, we have the guy who's like the fish version of the booty bird, and he is the bounty bass, of course. I guess that makes sense. Rare always liked their kind of names that started with the same letter. I mean, if you look at the world names of Donkey Kong 64, every single world, the name starts with the same 2 letters, and every level is 2 letters. Sorry, I cannot speak. Every level name is 2 words long, and both words always start with the same letters. I mean, you have Frantic Factory, Angry Aztec, what's it called? Hideout Helm, Creepy Castle, and, you know, all those different things. Crystal Caverns, Jungle Japes. So I always thought that was really cool. And we have the Arik, so yeah, we have all the boss names, although the boss names were already pretty obvious, considering that they were already, you know, in the name of the level where the boss appears. There's Squirt. Squirt did not look anything like that. And we have Kaos, aka Donkey Kong and Diddy Kong, operating one of Dr. Robotnik's robots. And we have Bleak, who was definitely the most bizarre boss battle. It's kind of like taking Swanky's sideshow and turning it into something that you actually need to do. Here we have Barbos, who was, you know, the 6th boss. Might as Luigi was around for that. And then we have this guy. No idea what his name is. Don't you just hate that when your kind of TV remote control runs out of batteries and it doesn't work? And you're like, darn it, now I have to go up and actually press the button. And half the time you don't even bother, you just end up like watching whatever infomercial is already on TV. Baron K. Rulestein. I really liked how they did that though. In each of the Donkey Kong Country games, K. Rool is kind of something different. Like in the first game, you know, he's King K. Rool. In the second game, he's Captain K. Rool. You know, the whole. I really like the whole pirate theme of the second game. That was a lot of fun. And in the third game, he's like, you know, Frankenstein, Doctor. No, I was about to say Dr. Oz. Frankenstein, Wizard of Oz behind the curtain guy. Wow, Dr. Oz. The last thing we need is to have any more educationalness this week. Like seriously. We have On Guard. And we have Squawks. It's going to show Quawks separately, I wonder. Oh, I guess that's it. Brothers Bear. And it just quickly goes over all of them with crazy close-ups so you can, you know, kind of distinguish them. Let's see if we can name where each one was. Bazaar was the guy who sold us the stuff first. Actually, they're going in order, so it's kind of obvious who's who. Blunder is actually the only bear brother that you do not have to visit in order to complete the game. You might remember he was the guy who kind of hinted towards something. You might have to go back and visit him. We'll see about that. We have Blizzard. We have Bramble. Let's see who else we've got here. We have Benny and... I didn't say that name last time. Bjorn? There's definitely some special way to say that, although I have no idea. I apologize for that. And Baffle and... Hey, man, spoilers! Why are you spoiling everything in the credits, man, with Boomer there? Crucial Kongs! Actually, let's see just how crucial some of these guys are. A Funky Kong, yeah, if we had not have rented his boats, we probably would not have gotten too far. I guess we could probably have swam to the first world if we, you know, we kind of jumped out the front of his thing. You know, Swanky, you are completely useless. No one ever needs to play your stupid bonus games. Why don't you just go away? You give like the worst prizes ever. Technically, Wrinkly Kong could be useless if you played the entire game in one sitting. You know, let's just pretend that this is like back in ye old NES days. Cranky Kong, you served absolutely no purpose in this game, other than being a jerk to us when we tried to beat you in, you know, Swanky Kong's useless bonus game. So you can just go away. And I mean, you guys, we could completely have beaten the game without you. So why the heck are you even mentioned in this section? Now we have Gigantic Hitbox, and hey, who remembers this level? Wow, really? If you jump down there, are those buzzes there like that? Probably not. And she just kind of lands. You know, if you fell that far, and you can, like, as long as there's a ledge for you to sit on along the way down, you will not take any damage. So you go, Dixie Kong, and does that honestly just dump us back at the title screen? No, it does not. Crazy Kong creators. Darn it! Now we have to go through the real credits. I ran out of talking material like hours ago. I'm just like working on nothing right now. and M. Stevenson, and Crook, C. Tilly, C. Woods, L. C. Peel, E. Fisher, D. Wise, H. Ward, G. Richards, G. Lynch, and Andreas, J. Williams, and N. This is why I reading the credits. This is why I appreciate it. Thank you so much for watching my video. Thank you to our new 19 people, and I hope everyone this. And he was, and he was, and I, and CH, and C. Moyes, and so that's a lot of fun. I appreciate everyone watching it. That's great. Now there's other slides for yourself. And yeah, there's our and the I'm keep going. Yeah, not the one that everyone knows. That's other shooting also. Okay, yeah. This is why we're cool. Nintendo was cool. And that's the end of that. So, Donkey Kong Country 3, and man, all-time great. So Cranky Kong, he thinks he's pretty good up there. 5 hours and 15 minutes for 103%. Man, we can completely beat him for that. Because right now we are at 3 hours, 34 minutes with 88%. And my rating is a pretty cool Kong. So, you know what? I think we're going to have to show Cranky who is boss. And we are going to have to strike back and just kind of slap his high score in the face. Wolf down here already has 103%, but I guess he kind of probably fell asleep while he was playing or something like that. And he took 12 hours and 54 minutes. But if we press the left button here, we can see what our stats are. And yeah, that is where we are leaving off for now, because we still have, quite a few more percent to go. What is it, like 15%? Yeah, we have 15 more percent to get. So that will happen in the next couple of parts. So until then, thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Hope you enjoyed the absolutely exciting credit sequence, which will never be topped by any other credit sequence ever. And yeah, hope to see you next time for more. So thanks, and see you later.